If you don't know where you come from, you will never find where you're going.
When Nigeria is working, we will all know.
PDP and us are diametrically opposed.
SaharaTV, TV, the best TV, information, education, inspiration. SaharaTV,
I am from SaharaTV. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Education, inspiration. SaharaTV, they get mouth, they get mouth.
Hello, viewers. This is SaharaTV live from New York City, and my name is Omoyele Shore. We're coming to you today a little bit late, and we want to apologize because we had some technical issues. But we're starting today's show on a very, very interesting note. We are talking to a Nigerian senator from Katsina Central. His name is Senator Ahmad Stories. He said he spent about 6 months. I think we have a wrong photograph there. That's not Sani. This is a different. Please, I'm just saying we have a wrong photo. Please return to the normal photo. Sorry about that. Senator Ahmad Stories is of the Congress for Progressive Change, CPC, and he's coming on our show to discuss his problem with INEC and the National Assembly. Senator, you are welcome to SaharaTV in New York.
Yes, thank you very much.
Sorry about the mix-up earlier. We had a different senator put up, the former governor of Zamfara State, who, by the way, we've been looking for to come and explain how his 13-year-old wife is doing. But let's go to the real issue. We just want to ask you what happened to you. You say you spent 6 months in the Senate, and suddenly they kicked you out of the Senate, and you got a court order to restore you back to the Senate, and INEC is refusing to accept or respect that court order, and the Senate is also refusing to accept that court order. What happened? Can you tell us why this is happening?
Yeah, I think I want to get background information may help to build up the case properly.
Go ahead.
Because from when we started, we had a primary election on the 8th of January. That primary election we won from Katsina State, and somebody was sent from the national headquarters. But because it's not the people that some people from the national headquarters had interest on, they canceled it. At first, they said we will have a delegates to come and vote for who they want. They canceled it. It was a very good primary election on the 8th. By the ordinary card-carrying members of the CPC, they voted who they wanted. So that was canceled by the national headquarters. And on the 13th of January 2010, they sent us somebody to come and take and conduct the election. The person who, the primaries, when he came, he just lodged in the Masari's house and gave his people to fill in the form. But actually, there was no primary election that time on this 13th, because by 11 o'clock, every one of them was rounded up by the police. We reported the matter to the police and the SS and other security agency in Katsina State. So they rounded them off. We had 8 hours meeting with them. There was no primary election on the 13th whatsoever. If you check with the incident report in the police, Commissioner of Police office in Katsina State, and the SS Director in Katsina State, and the Civil Defense, and other paramilitary who were involved during the meeting, there was no primary election on the 13th. So we
Yes, sorry.
What we did at that time, we wrote to the national headquarters. There was agreement that another one would take place on the 14th, the primary election. Yes. Am I taking too long?
Yeah, no, I think we should cut it short because yes, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes. So what happened after that? The primary
Senator, can we, because we are
Yes,
apparently having some problem technically from your side. You know how it is in Nigeria. We want to do this as quickly as possible. So at what point did you get to the Senate, the Nigerian Senate?
Senate, because we at that time our name was going to be substituted to take to INEC.
Yes.
And if our name were going to be substituted, that say only on 3 occasions it's allowed constitutionally. Is that you sign to say you want, you relinquish your right, or in the event of days, or that there is another. I forgot what is the third point, but that. Issues that a person can be substituted.
Senator, let me just let's make this
look at the figures and
yes. So I wanted to ask you, what was the date you arrived the Senate, the Nigerian Senate? When did you get there exactly?
We arrived at the Senate on the 28th of June.
Okay, last year.
Last year.
So when were you kicked out of the Senate?
10th of January last year, 2012. I served for that 6 months between 28th of June to 10th of January 2012.
2012 or 2013?
2012.
Okay. So you've been out of the Senate for almost
11 months. I spent 13 months outside
the
Senate.
Okay. So then now you got a court order.
Case.
Yes. So you now got a court order to allow you go back to the Senate. When was the court order given?
The court order was given 11th of January.
Of this
month?
That's
when the judgment of this month.
Okay.
Of January. That's when the judge sat down, looked at all the long issues that we had, all the papers that has been filed over the year. So she came up with a very good declaratory judgment. That declaratory judgment, it has been implemented because some constitutional and electoral rules and acts are broken. So that's why she gave the declaration.
Okay, let's move forward quickly, Senator, because before we lose you, we're having technical difficulties, no doubt. This is an interesting conversation. So, but the important thing we're hearing here is that apparently your party, the Congress for Progressive Change, is the cause of the problem. So, is the CPC such a party of people who just have internal disagreement? It doesn't look like your party is looking good in terms of internally organizing itself, even though it became a very powerful force during the last presidential election. It doesn't look like it's very well is a cohesive party. Is that what we're saying here?
Yeah, I think what has happened really is some selfish interest of individuals within the party, and who the leader was unable to control. So those people were able to middle and model and present their.
So when you say leader, you are referring to General Buhari, that he's running a party that he has no control over. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is virtually that is the right answer.
Okay.
Because he should be, if his house is on fire, he ought to kill the fire, and he let it drag on, and up to now he didn't say anything. He left the other people that he trusted or mandated to do the right thing. They are not doing the right thing. That is the current chairman, more especially the National Secretary, Buhari Galadima, and some other caucus of the party like Suleiman Yahya. They are the ones who have hijacked the CPC and made sure that General Buhari didn't get the right vote he deserved in the 2011 general election.
Anyway, that's a very interesting. It's a very interesting dimension, Senator. Let's ask you this very interesting question. When you were in the Senate for 6 months, how much did you get paid at the Senate per month? How much did you get paid before you were kicked out?
When we were at the Senate, at that time, it was agreed that all the senators should forfeit their 40% of their salary. So it was under 1 million pounds, naira, sorry, 1 million naira.
But that's the monthly salary.
Yeah, but that they have taken 40%. That is the monthly salary.
Yeah.
At that time, that's what we were being paid, about 600,000 naira. And they.
Did you get? What about the other allowances? Like if you're a member of a committee, because we hear there's a lot of sharing of money that goes on in the Senate. Were you ever involved in that?
No, I was never, because the committee I was in, there was no money ever has changed hand. We did our work at that time as dedicated Nigerians and patriotic who want to move Nigeria forward. So I have never ever shared any committee money or anything to do with
What about allowances?
committee.
Your salary is 600,000. You know that's barely enough to buy you plane tickets. What other allowances?
Yeah,
Did you know? Because
that's
where I think all of the money is hidden.
Allowances.
Go ahead.
You see, I was only there. I received only one allowance, and that allowance was 30 million naira. And that's 30 million naira I went to my constituency. I did a lot of work and in terms of healthcare. There was outbreak of cholera. I used that to fund the cholera medication. There was some farmers from my local government who use irrigation to farm their, to generate a lovely livelihood. So we spend that in the constituency, projects.
Yes, let's ask you this. Some people have suggested that the bicameral legislature we have in Nigeria, 2 houses of legislature, is waste of money, waste of resources. What do you think, based upon your 6 months experience in Abuja?
I think to be honest with you, in Nigeria there is a lot of wastage. Yeah. And wastage is not only in the National Assembly, in all other departments and the MDGs or the MDAs. For instance, there is incident whereby at one time the Ministry of Health, they had money which they do not spend up to the December, which they said to take it back to the Treasury. It was shared among officials. The officials are the top officials, the minister, the other 2 ministers.
Including senators and some other lawmakers.
Yes. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I'm not sure about the senators because I was not involved and I haven't had the concrete evidence.
Yeah, but you know that some senators are in court being tried for corruption, like Senator Ogbane. There's Ndidi Elumelu who were involved in all this. Most senators, they said, own companies, and when their committees, they force the committees to subscribe to their companies, and they get paid, like you have in the rural electrification issue, where they stole several billions of naira. So the point we are making here is, if we have too many people sitting around doing nothing, that's also possibly a major waste of national resources. Do you think Nigeria is, ripe enough to have bicameral legislation of, several senators and lawmakers who are sitting down most of the time doing nothing? Because we always hear them, we want to probe this, we want to probe that. But when the probes are not implemented, we don't hear the senators do anything about it. And people are just saying generally that maybe we should get rid of these idle institutions like the Senate, and maybe we should have just one chamber of legislative action in the country, unicameral legislature or legislative house.
I think, to be honest with you, there is a lot of exaggeration in terms of what the senators have and what the senators have, they're involved in other committees involvement. I think, generally, like I was saying, in Nigeria, there is a lot of waste. Waste is not only in the Senate or the 2 chambers, the 2 houses.
Yes. Let's ask you, thinking about 2015 and the situation of Nigeria today, what do you think is going on with the country? Hello? Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. Can you hear us?
Hello? Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah. We wanted you to talk briefly about the situation in the country, especially with regards to security. Almost 5 states in the northern part of Nigeria, where you come from, is in the grip of militant, terrorist organizations, and they are killing people in the name of religion. And there's threat to the unity of the country. People are saying, maybe it's high time we just go our separate ways so that people can practice their religion, and some people can, embrace whatever they believe in, and not force Nigeria together the way it is now, because it doesn't seem to be working. What do you think is, what's your position on this?
My position, this Boko Haram, that is the insecurity we are talking about.
Yes.
To be honest with you, it's a storm in a teacup. Because if the government, there's willingness from the government, the political will is there.
Yeah.
They can easily track them out. There's a small minority who are making this, and they can easily push them out. Like I can refer you back to during the Plateau case.
Yes.
This when I was before it broke off in Plateau. The SS director at that time, who was in Plateau, he wrote a report during Obasanjo's government. What a year before it happened, 6 months, 3 months, 2 months, 1 week, even a day before it happened, he said the situation is going to erupt any minute. And the government didn't do anything. They just left under that report. The intelligence was there. The government did nothing until thousands and thousands of people have been killed, maimed, and displaced. And that crisis continued up to sometimes last year also. Similar to the crisis in Kaduna. But there was that intelligence is there, but the government didn't do anything with the intelligence. So the government had to be actively doing something. The government has to be there to protect life and properties of the citizens.
Yes.
That's where the government is lacking. That's why the government is not effective. And the intelligence is there for them to work. The other SS, the other paramilitary and other police, they all have the intelligence capacity, but they need to be encouraged, the government to have the political will to tackle the problem head on. That's where the main problem is.
Last question.
You see, about the country you are talking about, people are thinking they go there various ways and because of the... We have the military in the south.
Yeah.
There was one Umaru Musa was the head of state or the president. Look at the way, instead of fighting them by war, bombing them and this, he devised a formula, a strategy whereby everybody is happy because life, he realized the life of Nigeria is valuable. And let's save their lives, let's save the property. And he did. And the Nigerian production of oil increased from the 1.6 million barrels a day to 2 million barrels a day and over. And then he have this amnesty program whereby they are given some share of, well, they are given 60,000 per month for them to give away their weapons and get, get rehabilitated. And some of them have been sent to America and England to study, and in some Nigeria to become trained to come, that they have obtained a skill where they can participate and be productive to their society and the country at large. So, and this problem, the insecurity problem, to be honest, is the corruption in the country. Because the people are not religious. Because you find that even in the north, you find Muslim and Christian within the same family. So, and even you go in the southwest, you find the Muslim and Christian in the same family. And it's not that really. The object is lack of management. Nigeria has earned over $500 billion in the last 15 years, from the 1999 to date. The price of oil was budgeted at $9 per barrel. Now it's 100, 120. It's average about 70, 85 per barrel. And nothing has happened. And we produce over 2 million barrels per day. Where is that excess money? Where has it gone? There's nothing. People do not see it. There is abject poverty.
Well, Senator, this is a great question you're asking, but you were in the Senate for 6 months. Did you not try to help to make sure that Nigerians find where all these monies go to? You know, I know you're going back to the Senate, possibly. Are you going to change? Are you going to make sure that you push for transparency in such a way that Nigerians can actually see how their money is spent? And before you answer that, let's just do this last question so you can answer everything at once, because we have to run because we run out of time. Let's just ask you, 2015 is approaching and there's a whole lot of politics going on. As they say in Nigeria, the internal politics is heating up, right? But your party is engaging in discussions to have a merger with other parties, including the ACN in the Southwest, and they are supposed to produce a mega party by June 2013. This is not the first time we've had mega party mergers before. It didn't work. Do you think it will work this time around, especially in view of the fact that even inside your party, there doesn't seem to be internal discipline?
I think now the CPC is split into two. There is Senator Hanga's function, who owned and registered the party, and he holds the certificate of the party. And there are the other function which General Buhari has set up, which they do not have any written or any evidence that they're on the CPC. But this time he put some credible people, General Buhari, to be engaged in this merger. And those people he put, I think this time he is serious about this merger or alliance which will take place. And the Senator Hanga faction, he has got the certificate, he has got the manpower, he has got the grassroots people supporting him across the nation. He reached out everywhere, which very soon they will have to come and negotiate with Senator Hanga. And the other party has already started supporting him, the ACN as well. They are seeing him, the ANPP are seeing him as well, because they realize his importance and he's carrying the people's will and he has got the certificate that the party belongs to him, he register it and he holds the certificate. And, you know, I think the merger, the big parties, they have to have a sincerity of purpose for it to succeed, these mega parties they are talking about, the opposition. If the purpose is not sincere, it will collapse. And for them to confront, PDP now has got a lot of problems. They have got now major problem about their leadership, who become their leader, who is the chairman and all that. If the other small party come together and with sincere purpose that they want to achieve this merger and they want to move Nigeria forward and get Nigeria out of this poverty and get Nigeria to where it belongs, the international stage. Nigeria should compare with Brazil and India. And Nigeria now is behind. And all this is done due to the corruption in Nigeria and lack of sincerity of the leadership general.
Well, Senator Ahmad Stories, we want to thank you for coming on our show. By the way, I think you're the first senator to come on our show, so it's very good of you. And we hope that the authorities at INEC and at the Senate will respect your new law court judgment and let you go back to the Senate. And we promise on our part to hold you to account when you get back there, to make sure that you don't go back to Abuja and start sharing money in the night like the other senators have been doing.
If you look at during the plenaries, I always talk about Nigeria, how we move Nigeria forward. I was fortunate to study in UK and work there. So I came back with patriotic zeal that I want to move Nigeria to the right place and let Nigeria do the right thing instead of stealing the public funds. If we build it, if we utilize it efficiently and sufficiently, we'll generate employment. There is no need for people to be involved thinking of their future or their children's future if they are stealing for those purposes. You see, Nigeria should be like Hong Kong. Even in Hong Kong, how beautiful Hong Kong is, there was corruption, but they build and they spend the money there. In Nigeria, one person will take $1 billion, $2 billion, and they will take the US or Britain or Switzerland.
Or UAE now, United Arab Emirates.
Or UAE and Brazil now.
Yeah.
Okay? Nigeria and Nigerians do not benefit from that. That is not what they are there. They take the oath. They swear Bible, they swear with the Quran, saying that we will uphold Nigeria and its integrity and protect it and all that. But it's just coming from the tip of their tongue, not from the heart.
Yeah. Well, Senator, thanks so much for coming on our show. And viewers, that's been Senator Ahmad Stories. Next on our show is Segun Olo, who is going to be speaking to us from the Dana plane crash scene in Lagos. We want to hear the latest from that. So please do not go away. It's going to be an interesting show today. We have a lot of things lined up for you on our show on SaharaTV, live, reaching you from New York City.